Welcome back, everybody.
Hooray!
Oh no.
Hello.
Hello.
Where is the Josh?
Having a delayed music issue.
Oh. Frank was dealing with that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I guess it's a side effect of the new juice box.
Well, if Roll20 is something isn't wrong with Roll20 at the beginning of one of our sessions, something is obviously wrong.
At first, I thought Josh said juice box, and I was like, "What?" And then I was like, "Oh wait, the jukebox." Got it.
No, the juice box is everywhere. It exploded. It's so sticky.
Well, if you wouldn't play with the straw, you wouldn't have that issue.
I don't think that was the juice box.
Yeah.
The children, they do not understand. They think it is whipped cream.
Ew, gross.
And demonetized.
Right?
So apparently this episode is now rated PG-13, headed towards an R rating.
No. I think we crossed into the R rating.
I think this video has been rated illegal, and we're all under arrest.
Sweet.
Thanks, Josh.
And we did it within the first 2 minutes of actual gameplay, because I can't count the other 2.5 minutes. That was the song.
Now it's not just a song, it's called a lead-in. We gotta get that high production quality.
Yes, high production quality.
The highest brow production quality for the lowest brow humor.
And for the
Yeah.
lowest dollar amounts.
Yes, free.
It wasn't totally free. I did have to buy the 2 soundtracks the songs are on.
All I'm gonna say is I don't get no I don't get no copyright strikes, and I yar har fiddly dee.
You just couldn't spring for the HD, huh?
No.
Nope. Working with the finest 480 here.
Sweet.
What is going on?
Oh, it was just something from one of the videos we saw today about, some dude was charging hundreds, if not thousands of dollars for these magic classes, like occult stuff. And the dude just the guy who was making fun of him says, how can you charge over $1,000 for this? These aren't high definition. It's looking like 480. Okay, so when we last left off, can everybody hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so when we last left off, you guys have squirreled away in the Takan structure, you managed to activate security defenses against the outside Rakthran forces, but you're only able to secure 2 species in that database, and only 2 of you are immune from the security defenses.
And the Rakthran decided to give up because of realized it was futile in their efforts and run like scared chickens.
I think we both know that
Resistance
did
is
not happen.
futile.
One can hope.
It did not happen.
I'll roll you for it.
Fine. I need 16 successes.
Okay, but for that many, you're going to have to let us stack successes on a time tab.
Nope. In a single roll.
You know that's physically impossible considering the max we can get is 5 dice.
Yes, I understand that.
Then you can't make that kind of a demand.
Yes, I can.
No.
I think that's kind of like plot armor.
If you need 16 successes and you can only have 5 dice, it's not possible.
That sounds like a personal problem, really.
Yeah, no, it sounds like the GM is like imposing impossible odds.
It's possible.
No, it isn't.
No, if you
This
okay,
should be good.
I've done the math. Let the person rolling
With or without a calculator.
in my head. If the person rolling takes uses all of her momentum for the maximum dice and gets critical successes on each roll, then everyone else has to help and get a success.
That would only be 14.
Shit.
You could get a max of 15 if this entire party helped you, succeeded, and you rolled 5 dice and got a critical success on all of them, and you burned 1 point of determination, used your value to get a automatic dice set to 20. That is the max you could get.
It's all kind of moot because you can't get up to rolling 5 dice with 1 roll with the momentum you have.
And the odds of rolling 5 dice and getting critical successes, yeah. You'd have better chances winning the lottery.
True. But
having that also be rolled in a situation in which you could apply one of your values and use determination.
Yeah. You could get all critical successes. It's probably not going to, though.
Damn.
Oh, see, that would have been entertaining.
No. Glad I got that out of the way early.
That's a complication. Complications for me are a good thing.
No, complications are bad.
For you. Okay, so before we get too into this, um, um,
Only because I love you.
Aw, ain't that sweet.
mhm.
Yes, it is.
So, Che, you are perfectly safe from this internal security. What are you doing?
How many did we have to get to add just the 2 before? 3 successes?
I believe that you had 4 successes the last time. No, that was actually Frank's roll.
Yeah, so that'd be 5 successes, because 4 for him, 1 for me.
Okay, so with Hartley Jones and Nar, what are you guys doing? Because you all have to start running from weapons fire from the ceiling.
Well, as I stated earlier, I would like to employ Operation Meat.
I thought we discussed the first rule of Operation Meat Shield.
You don't talk about it.
Well, yeah, but I have to say that I'm using it if I'm using it.
Just say you're enacting the plan.
Well, me and Che are going to try to get everybody else's DNA or signature into the database so they can be safe before they die.
I'm gonna try to find something sturdy to hide behind.
Are you going to call me on your comm badge down to do that?
No, we don't need you there.
Okay. Well, you said everybody. Everybody includes me.
I would
If I need
disagree.
human DNA, I got Jones.
Did you guys actually have to? I don't remember. Did you actually have to give it a DNA sample?
This was not specified by Jimmy last session.
No.
Yeah, okay, so I am running out of the room. Well, actually, does it appear that there are weapons in the hallway or whatever outside of this room also?
That you do not know.
So control and security. And
yeah,
since it's computers, we get a focus. Josh, you going to assist me, or are you going to roll 2 as well?
I will roll to assist.
You think we should burn a momentum?
Might as well.
Okay. I'm gonna say that the facility got a few pot shots off before the DNA was entered, or the species profile was. So, Nar, you successfully ducked behind a console.
Excellent.
And Jones and Hartley, you also were able to find cover.
sweet.
Awesome.
But then, after a little bit, the weapons deactivated internally. What are you guys doing now?
I would like to take up a defensive position inside the room.
Yeah. So I just got shot at, and I don't know what they're doing down there. So I'm gonna tap on my comm badge and say, Hartley, the captain, is everything okay down there?
Yeah, everything's fine. Why?
I was just shot. The station decided to take a few pot shots at me.
That's odd. We didn't experience anything down here.
Out of character, ass. Roger that. I'll stay. I'll stay on alert.
We're all out. Okay, so last week you said there were some of the outer defenses were not functional. Okay, I turn to Jones and tell him start looking to see what he can do about getting some of those outer defenses operational.
Aye, Captain. I will approach a console and see what I can do.
And then I turn to Che and Dr. Nar and tell them, let's go check out some of those labs and those other areas and see what's in there and see what we can find and see if there's anything useful. And then I'm going to step away and get your coffee.
From authoritarian figure to intern in under 3 seconds.
Oh, fuck. You better be glad Frank didn't hear that.
I'm going to tell him.
That is so much better than what I was thinking.
No, Darby didn't say it. It was Josh.
No, don't lie. It was Darby. It was Darby, Jimmy.
It was Darby.
It was Josh. It was Josh.
What was that, Josh?
It was Darby, Frank. It wasn't Josh.
It was Josh. I didn't say crap this time.
Well, whoever said it, if they got something to say to me, say it.
I
The
believe
intern
he
in
called
3
you a
seconds.
bitch.
No, somebody was talking over whoever was trying to say something.
Say that again, Josh.
I said it was funny. You went from playing the authoritarian figure to playing the intern in 3 seconds.
Like I said, he called you a bitch.
Well, no, it's Frank's voice. Well, you go to this, and you go to this, and you go to this, and I'm going to go and get his copy. It's like total whiplash.
Because Jimmy's coffee was done. And it's not like Jimmy can get up and go get it.
All right, so Jay is going. If
you don't like it, I'll just sit there and wait till you're asleep, hit you with a hypo, and shave your ass bald.
I never
Shave kitty.
Jay's an elf. He does not sleep. He meditates for 3 hours.
Chase sleeps. That's been established in the Q adventure.
Oh, trust me.
So,
Meditate all you want. You'll sleep.
I would like to help in the shaving of Che.
Just release anethazine gas in his room. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that would do it.
note to self: when I'm running the game, all the rock.
Oh, Josh, let's not do the whole retaliatory thing.
So, getting back into character. Che gives an affirmative. He was probably going to do this anyway.
I dang it. All right, you guys figure out what's gonna happen. I have to go use the bathroom right quick. I'll be right back.
What's Snar going to do?
All right, since we're going to figure out what's going to happen. I say Darby's character dies. We find the Holy Grail weapons and kill the Rakdos.
Sounds like a plan to me.
But how does Darby's character die?
What was that, Josh? You kept breaking up.
But how does Darby's character die?
Because when the Arachnothran run in and start shooting at us, I'm going to stand behind her.
You realize that I'm not anywhere near you right now, right? I'm the early warning sign.
Can't help it if somebody gets shot in the back, Josh.
Dang it, Matt. Why did you have to be a dang human? Then we could have just put in your genetic code and just left Darby there, you know?
I know.
He's security. He's good guys.
I wasn't expecting it.
Could just have the darkness kill her. I'm sure she knows of a few poisons that are untraceable.
Now we just go with my Space Station 13 experience. We inject them with a fountain pen full of meth and sedatives, and then we force feed them a bunch of potassium tablets. And then We throw them to the rectotherm. When their stomach lining eats through the potassium tablets, it will react with the water in their stomach and explode violently.
I thought that was kind of funny.
Don't forget the space lube.
Yes, the space lube.
I believe that's called spit.
I'm sorry, I'm a barman. I don't get access to chemicals very often, other than alcohols.
Actually, the space lube is called KY. Well, basically, I figure where it's going to go. Just we should just start searching the labs and the cargo holds or all these rooms and see what's what.
And see if we can find anything for fortifications, bottlenecks, things like that.
Yeah, and if there's any weapons in there, if they're serviceable or usable.
We're playing tower defense, boys.
I mean, kinda, yeah.
Plus, there's supposed to be some labs there, so if they might have some medical supplies, that might prove useful.
That is possible, yeah. Yeah. We might need that.
What do you think the chances are that we can bluff the lizards into a Mexican standoff by saying that we could jump the planet again?
Now, if we tell them that, then they'll want this planet even more.
Okay, I'm back. So, what have you guys figured out?
Okay, we figured out there's a stash of Holy Grail weapons, medical supplies,
Nope.
and a bomb that we can use to kill the Racti.
Nope. But you're going through the labs, right?
Yes, we're going to go search the labs and the other rooms to see what there is. While Jones works on the exterior weapons to see if he can get any of them working that aren't working.
Yep, I did. I went up to a console and I started trying to figure that crap out.
Okay, so I'm going to need a control and engineering roll from Jones. The more successes, the better.
Do I have a focus?
Computers would be a focus.
One success.
Okay, so I will tell you right now that you've figured out why the exterior weapons don't work, or why several of them don't.
Okay.
The facility is over 100,000 years old.
That's no excuse.
The fact that the machine worked to transport the entirety of the planet in the first place should be a miracle in its own right.
Without killing us, right?
Without breaking the planet apart, yes. And I guess killing you guys.
Jones to the captain.
Go ahead.
So, Captain, it appears that the outer weapons aren't working because of the age of the machine. It's over 100,000 years old. It doesn't seem that there's anything I'm going to be able to do to get them up and running.
Okay.
So, getting into the first lab. It it looks, while not as advanced, it looks a lot like an astrometrics lab.
Okay. Well, is there a console operational in this lab?
Yes, there are 2 consoles that are operational.
I move over to one. Mm, why not take a peek through its data?
Okay. I think you know what I need you to give me.
I lose my other hand in an explosion. No, I don't. Don't do that to my character.
No.
If only to avoid making my artist strangle me.
Do it.
No, I will just say that the complication just simply is that when accessing the data core for this lab, I'll say about 50% of it is corrupted.
What salvageable data can I get from it?
It looks as if they were researching various solar systems at various portions of in the Alpha Quadrant. From what you can gather, there might have been a thought about trying to transit the planet to a different solar system.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Alpha Quadrant fairly well explored already?
Well, you're the there are regions that aren't, like the Sabine Expanse is in the Alpha Quadrant.
I see. So,
But you also have to realize that the record is 100,000 years old, if not older. So it doesn't register any empires. There are some notations about various native species of solar systems that they looked at, but decided it would be too much of a power drain to try and transit the planet to.
pointed question, is there a star map of the Sabina expand?
There, I won't say it's a complete map, but yes, there's quite a bit.
Something is better than nothing. And Shay pulls this data.
Okay.
Then he just simply goes over a registry of everything that's in this lab and sees if there's anything of value to their current situation.
Um, Go ahead and give me another roll. Okay. You do find something that is of note. Apparently, something that the Takan found uh, in relation to the planet references something that forced them to start this research for moving planets.
Well, now that's just peachy. Just peachy. And I take it from your wording that there is no say.
That is what it is called.
There's no greater references or context. I take from your statement there. Well, it doesn't.
The 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 general notations of this facility is they don't understand the importance of it, but it was something that was insisted upon by leaders of the Trakan Empire.
Well, doesn't that word just look like an unromanized version of the word scourge? Alrighty then. But I don't find anything regarding like materials that are in this lab that might be of use to us as far as making this a defensible position.
This was a science lab. The fact that there were station defenses is incredible.
Are there any movable tables?
I'm sure that if enough people got to working, you could move some of the tables, yes.
Okay, it's an option. Some barricades and cover would be better than no barricades and cover.
Who's all in the lab? Is it just Moral and Che, or is Nar there as well?
Yeah, sure. Nar can be there too.
So, what is Nar's reaction to all of this?
Meh.
Meh.
None of this means much to me, I don't think. Honestly.
Not yet.
Not yet. Bum bum bum.
And Jones, what are you doing again?
So, the area where I am, after I figured out that about the systems, I can hear gunfire moving towards me, correct?
You can hear like explosions and whatnot. Yes.
So then I'm going to take the time I have to set up any kind of a defensive position that I can, find the most tactically sound place to sit, and fire on the door when they come in.
And where is Hartley?
Hartley is still up top, patrolling the inner area, waiting for the enemy, waiting to see when they start coming.
Okay.
Keeping an eye on whatever radar I have available and whatnot.
It would be your tricorder. That's all you have.
Okay. Oh, and a rifle.
Sure.
No, I picked one up from one of the bugs that we killed.
They are not bugs.
Nah,
No,
they could.
they are not bugs. They are
You're being
reptilian.
racist, Darby.
Yeah, okay. Well, from one of them that we killed, I had picked up a rifle, so I have that in my tricorder. So, is there anything on my tricorder then?
Yes, within the range of the tricorder, it is picking up so far about 75 enemy life signs.
How far away?
So far, they are still at the perimeter of the building. They're not. They haven't been able to breach the defenses yet.
Okay. I'm going to give the captain an update. Hartley to captain. Just a little update that I'm reading about 75 life signs. Good news, they have not breached the defenses yet.
So it hasn't changed in the last 20 minutes. Is what you're saying, correct?
Yeah. I just thought you might want an update, sir.
An update would be that they broke through and you're almost dead. That would be an update. Nothing's changed is not an update.
I remember that for next time, sir.
Okay. So, are you going to continue searching through the labs?
Yes.
Okay, so the next lab is it looks as if it's another research lab. To find out its purpose, I will need a control and security check, please.
Focus.
Computers. Okay. This lab was focused on potential uses for the planetary relocation device. More importantly, it was focused on getting it beyond just a single planet. So instead of having a massive battery hooked up to the planet's core and transporting a singular planet, they were looking into having an external site with a massive power source to just move planets on their own, or on its own.
So like a whole solar system.
No, the power to move an entire system is impossible. But to be able to draw the power to just move a planet without needing this massive battery on the planet itself is what their goal was. Basically to have an external planet mover.
Does the room also looked like they might have used it to think about moving just the building.
Um, it looks like they looked into moving just structures off of a planet. The only problem is they would not be able to guarantee geography would work out on another planet to match what was already structured on one of their worlds.
But it's something that they did look at.
It was looked at briefly, but it was quickly ruled out. Because in the opinion of the lead researcher, it is far easier to move the entirety of the planet than to scour the known galaxy for a planet with precise geographical topography.
But is there a computer console there?
Each of the labs have about two consoles.
So checking the computer and what with the information it has in there is does it look like they have like a personal transmat pad type of thing? And would it be possible to basically transmit people from the planet location to another transmat pad?
No,
So they never explored location of like transporting people from one planet to another, like one of their own planets.
no, they're not the Iconians.
Just a thought.
I know.
Does the computer show how far they got with this power source and all?
It doesn't because the data is corrupted.
Oh. Moving on.
Jay, what are your thoughts on that? They can move planets, but they can't transport.
It seems like they've skipped a logical step.
Go big or go home.
Was that in character?
No.
So the next lab.
Okay, so
Hi, next lab.
the next lab is it is another research lab. It is looking at the species that worship the scourge.
I see.
What exactly are we looking at?
Well, there are extensive records on the Gorn. And then there are some hypotheses about other spiritual systems of other lesser species that could be the scourge, but they're not entirely certain. Like one of their ideas was that the paw wraiths could potentially be the scourge. Not incredibly likely, considering that the Bajorans believe that there are good ones too, and they know that isn't the case.
How much of this data is intact?
I'll say about 75% of it. There's also notations of another savage species that was pre-warp that there were notations about how dangerous they could be if they achieved warp and were recruited into the Scourge religion.
What race?
The Racti. But they're not they note that they are not a spiritual they're not an overall spiritual people. They have rites and customs, but they do not have a spirituality.
All this is on like paper or
What? The logs?
yeah.
No, it's on the computer.
Is there like a disk or something that can be downloaded to, or
You can download it onto your tricorder.
I'd download everything they have, everything that's not corrupted.
Okay.
Looking around, is there anything else of note in this lab?
I wouldn't say anything really of note. It does, however, mention where the Racti homeworld is.
I make special note of that.
It's about 10 light years away from your current position.
That's bad news.
Just like the bears.
Okay, so Jones,
Si, senor.
while you are sitting there at the console monitoring the station's defenses, in one fell
Yeah.
swoop, 75% of the remaining defenses are destroyed.
Jones to Captain. I believe we're going to be having company fairly soon.
Have they broken through the door yet?
Negative.
Keep me posted when they start knocking on the door.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So we step up our searching of the labs and other rooms a little bit. Start moving our pace through a little faster.
Okay, I'm just gonna let you know right now that there isn't really much more that you're gonna discover in the other labs. I mean, the only thing that you discover is that the Takan knew the Scourge were coming, but there was no telling when they were going to arrive.
Or who it was.
Also fascinating, but not at all what our characters were looking for.
If somebody wants to give me a control and security and give me 3 successes,
I'd have to burn momentum. I would have to burn momentum to get 3. And am I using a focus?
computers.
Well, that didn't work out.
Nope.
And I don't have much better chance than you.
Josh, did you want to give it a shot?
I guess I could, yeah. I'm not getting a focus probably because I don't have any.
Computers?
Yeah, I don't have any focusing computers.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, helm operations, astronavigations, but nothing specifically for computers, no. So I'm just going to roll 2 dice and see what happens.
You don't want to spend a momentum?
Actually, I might burn this session's determination.
On.
on getting a dice set to 20. Because I'm tired of losing friends.
Go ahead and roll.
Okay. So I just need one success on 2 dice. Yay! Well, no, that means that I don't have that determination to not die later, but you know.
Okay. So there is a report buried deep in the archive that catches your eye.
Okay.
Apparently, there was another Takan facility that actually captured one of the Scourge.
Okay. Do we have a location for this?
It is. It was labeled. It was at one of their top secret facilities, and it is within the Sabine Expanse, but there's no other information about it.
Okay. Now to the heart of what I was actually trying to look up.
What?
We need things to make defenses. Like anything. Weaponry, deployable defenses. Even if they're 100,000 years old, something is better than nothing. Hell, I will take a stack of crates if they are made of thick enough metal to not succumb to disruptor fire.
The only thing that you find is that the engineering lab, the main control room for the whole jump system, is pretty easily defensible. As there's only one way in.
Captain, I think I might have our option here.
What? I'm sorry, I kind of lost spaced. What I missed?
Jay found a defensible position for us to stage an assault down in the engineering lab. Among other things that will be important later. But Jay's more concerned with not dying now.
Okay, so defensible position, which we can use for backup. Anything else of use around?
I think I've, at this point, blown all my questions that I got from 4 successes. So, I might have to roll for that again. Or we just head down and I make a search check. which I think Jay make the do.
Let's go down and take a look, see if we can see anything of note.
Meanwhile, to keep our other two crewmates up on the plan, Jay taps his comm badge. Jones and Hartley,
Hartley here.
we might have found a defensible location to fall back to. Fall back to the engineering lab if they breach through.
Copy that.
Understood.
All right. So,
Quick question, Jimmy. Is there a map of the station around where the consoles are or whatnot?
no, again, it would just be your tricorder.
Okay, so I can use my tricorder to figure out where the engineering section is.
It depends on how merciful Jimmy is feeling.
Yeah. Keep in mind, I haven't gone under there, so I don't know the layout.
You know what? Give me a insight and security.
Oh, I have a chance on this one.
Okay, so you are fairly certain that the engineering lab with the one entrance would be the one room that is completely by itself at the very bottom of the structure.
Okay.
That's, attached to the giant power core.
Wait,
Okay.
you mean engineering's by the power core? Weird.
I think that's just bad design right there.
Oh yeah, Starfleet has room to talk about bad design. They put the fucking starship bridge on the very top.
Well, yeah, they got to be able to see. Duh.
That's what view screens are for.
No, you gotta look out the window. JJ verse.
This isn't the JJ verse.
Windows. Clearly superior.
Windows everywhere.
Starship is just made of windows.
Jesus.
Glass.
Wait, that's why. No, I think Emily broke the code. That's why our crew is so violent. We're in the JJ verse.
Oh well,
So-
if that's the case, then the Nar has a lot more piercings through her bone ridges, for some reason.
Oh shit.
So, Jimmy, is anything else happening with the defenses or with the area where I am at?
That's a good question. Go ahead and roll your reason and engineering.
With a focus?
Let me check. No. Okay. Since you didn't roll a critical failure and I didn't give you your difficulty level, I will just say this. You start running.
I start what?
Running?
They're that close, huh?
Essentially what happened was you and Hartley aren't in the same area of the facility. What you heard was something kind of connect with the wall, and then there was an explosion.
Like, where in relation to me?
I'll say way further down. So, like, you're in this long corridor, and, like, at the very back end of it, you see this explosion and then daylight coming through.
Do I hear the explosion?
No, because you guys are in different areas of the building.
Okay.
And as you start to run, you see something come through the hole in the wall.
Does it look like the guys that tried to ambush our camp?
Well, they start coming in shortly after that. But no, you see in your brain, or your brain clicks as to how they were just able to do that. They are using some sort of hunter-seeker drone.
Oh, yay. I will tap my comm badge just kind of to everyone. Contact, they've breached the facility. And I would like to take shots at the drones or whatever's coming through as I'm running the other way.
Go ahead, give me a control and security. You need 2 successes. What are you firing,
Focus?
by the way?
I guess just my phaser.
Okay. No,
No
focus.
focus on that, right?
No.
Okay. Shit.
So you miss. So Frank? Yeah. You have heard that
Yeah.
that the Rakti have breached the defenses. What are you gonna do?
Um. Wait. Sorry, I started to stumble over my words. Gonna start setting up defensible spots, make barricades, and get ready for the Rakti to show up.
Are you gonna do this in the engine room or the engineering lab, or are you gonna just do it right where you're at? Okay, guys, I think Frank is just out of it, so we might be losing Frank.
It's possible.
Well, yeah. I just want to state after immediately after hearing that, I'm tapping on my comm badge. Well, never mind. I'm not tapping on my comm badge. I can use my tricorder. I'm going to head in Chase direction and try and cut them off so they're not just chasing him as he runs down the hall.
You're going to Chase position?
Well, it was Josh that heard the explosion. I'm sorry. Sorry.
It was Jones, not Josh.
Jones. Sorry, both Jones and you kind of sound similar on my head mic for some reason. But
I don't know why. I am alto and nasal, and he is much more baritone and not nasal.
yeah, I'm tone deaf, but I don't. Yeah, but I start heading towards Jones's position to try and cut off the attackers, to try and make sure he's okay. I'm commencing Operation Meat Shield.
Okay, so so you're heading towards where the Rakithran are invading. Jones is running away from that.
Yeah.
Nar and Che, you both get down to the engineering lab. I'm gonna say that Morale is conscious. I'm not gonna just say, "Oh, rocks fall and she's unconscious." I've already done that once. So shit, I don't know. All right, so we'll deal with Jones and Hartley first. I need both of you to give me an insight and con roll, please.
You said Hartley and Jones?
Yep.
Insight and con?
Con.
No focus, right?
No focus.
Dice be kind.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
Rolling like Darby.
No. Okay, so Darby, you are both running. You both slam into each other at full velocity. Your complication, Darby, is it sends the rifle skittering away.
Oh no.
Down the corridor.
Towards or away from the...
Towards.
Oh, yay.
And you are both prone.
I'm going to stand up. I'm going to help Jones up too if he needs it.
So we ran into each other. Did I fall down?
Oh yeah, you both fell to the floor.
Could I make a roll to see if I can successfully roll through the fall and come up on my feet running?
That's what that roll was for.
God damn it. I'm not waiting for Hartley. I'm getting up and running. But I'll take another shot back at the guys coming through.
I'm going to do something stupid. As I'm getting up, I'm going for the rifle.
It's the plasma jet all over again.
Yep. We might be getting a new officer for next adventure.
Hooray!
I actually think I can do this.
Darby,
That's what you said about the plasma jet.
Let me ask you a question. Is it like your
Yes.
goal to last 7 episodes before writing out your character?
No.
Because Chazine's died in the 7th adventure. And now Hartley is probably going to die in the 7th adventure.
Wait, this is her seventh?
Yeah. This is the 7th adventure.
Amazing timing.
So, Jimmy,
Oh, I'm not going to stand and fight. I'm grabbing the rifle, depending on how many there are, and I'm going to retreat back. No, I'm not just going to stand there and let them take me.
But yes, Matt.
do I notice the rifle go skittering towards them?
Oh yeah, it went pretty far. Like he's gonna have to cover maybe a quarter of the distance, or she is gonna have to cover a quarter of the distance to grab the rifle.
Do I notice her going after the rifle instead of running?
Give me another insight. Well, give me an insight and security roll, please. I won't say that you notice that she's going for the rifle, but you do notice she is running the other direction.
Is there something I can take cover behind in the hallway?
Bulkhead. That's about it.
Can I take cover
Wait.
behind the bulkhead and attempt to give some sort of covering fire?
You can try.
Wait, what do you
I will
mean,
so.
Jimmy? What did you mean by I'm going for the rifle, but I'm running in the other direction?
You were running in the opposite direction that Jones was going.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like
You
I
know,
was running.
You were running towards danger.
She would do it. I don't want to, but she would do it.
So control and security, Jimmy.
Yes, and you need 2 successes.
Oh, god damn it.
Pew pew, pew pew. Shit. Your church.
This is why we need NAR.
Yes, I am church. You're really not very good with that thing, are you?
and Darby is caboose.
I like me.
Oh my god, I just realized I hate you for saying that, Jimmy. Well, think about it. Caboose in the whole series is really good at strength and everything, but sucks at everything else.
Yep, it's pretty
And what does
apt.
my character use most? Her hands in combat.
Yep.
Fuck. Next thing you know, y'all are gonna have me carry a bomb.
No, I don't think they're going to trust you with the bomb.
My name is Michael J. Caboose, and I hate babies.
Babies.
Okay, so anyway, so you're missing
At least I didn't shoot Hartley.
Darby, give me a daring and command roll, please.
Okay, daring is my strongest skill. I should have a chance.
Okay. So I will say that you get to the rifle. However, they get to fire first.
Oh, yay. Jimmy, could you do me a favor and just roll really badly?
Just gonna keep stealing stuff from Emily's Facebook page that is relevant to our current situation.
Oh,
Have
Darby.
fun.
I hate you. I hate you right now.
And that was the end of Lisa Hartley.
Nah, she's not going to go down that easily. I don't like the words vicious and deadly in that damage.
But you know what vicious and deadly do. You've had those before.
No, my engineer had that one with vicious on it, not deadly. It was his like ice pick or something.
Okay, Darby. Congratulations. You took 12 points of stress.
Jesus.
You
That's a
are
lot.
injured.
Yeah. I'm assuming these were not put on stun.
They're not on kill.
Oh, Jesus. Thank God.
Remember, he wanted to take us to be in the meat factory.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So I will say, since you took so much damage, you are blasted back. Like, pretty far backwards. Like you
Oh,
just
no,
received
that's
an
fine.
electrical shock. You do not have your rifle,
Oh, that sucks.
but you did blast right past Jones.
Am I still conscious?
Oh, yeah.
You are conscious. You wish you weren't, but you are. At which point, Matt, you can hear them say, "She goes to the food bank. No eating." What are you gonna do now?
Me?
No, Jones, you are unable of doing anything.
She can't run or anything.
She can't run or anything. However, since she is injured, they also can't target her.
How close to dead is she?
She has 2 hit points left.
Jones de Moral. Hartley is injured. We're taking heavy fire. And I will, if they can't target her, I will leave her where she is. No, I can't do that.
You don't.
Shit.
That's metagaming. You don't know that.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to pull her behind the bulkhead so that she's out of their immediate line of sight and lay down fire.
Okay, so cutting back to Che and Nar, you hear that Hartley is down.
Lovely.
Because Frank isn't here, I'm gonna have to say that you're in charge, Jay. Because I don't want to run his character.
All right, so what we find in engineering? While they were running for their lives, what did we find?
There are several work tables that you can move to as barricades, and they are thick enough that they'll take some fire before being destroyed.
All right. Someone has to go back and get them. While the other 2 set up defenses here. There's no way Jones is going to be able to haul Hartley all the way back here on his.
I'll go.
What's Nar's rank?
Dalen. The Starfleet equivalent would be, I think, Lieutenant Commander.
You outrank me. You stay here.
All right. Chain of command and all that.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Annie Oakley's in charge.
Yes.
That phaser's kill.
Find whatever
Extra
you
crispy.
find whatever you can of use. I give you my favors, but I think I'm going to need it.
Yeah, you're probably gonna need that.
Okay, and he books it.
Okay. So, back to Jones. Go ahead and give me another control and security.
Hey!
You hit. Go ahead and roll damage for the phaser.
How do I do that? I mean, I see the thing down here where it says weapon phaser type 2.
Do you see the little com
And
badge?
yeah, just do that one.
Yep. Okay, so, whoops, let me change the qualities of that rifle.
The way it's spelled makes me think of that one dude. What movie was it? Marriage. Marriage is what brings us here today.
Ooh, going to shoot you with my phaser. That's right, I went there.
Nobody cares.
You don't. You're like probably at this point just used to my ass hattery.
So, Matt, you rolled 2 effects. So, if you want to, you can do a wide beam setting
Okay.
and hit 2 additional targets with 4 points of damage.
I don't even know what weapon.
I think I shall do that.
Okay, so I will say that you hit 3 of them with 4 points of damage. One of them was the seeker drone, and it is now out of commission.
Sweet. At this point, would it be possible for me to perform any kind of first aid on Hartley? Because I do have that as a talent.
But you are in a combat situation.
Triage, man. Does she look like she's bleeding out?
She's got some pretty severe burns. She's not bleeding out.
Okay, then I'm not worried about that then, as long as she's stable at the moment.
Okay. Since you are behind the bulkhead, I am just going to say that some shots hit it.
Sweet, but they missed me. Can I return fire?
Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead and roll damage. So you can hit 2 more with 3 points of damage.
If I hit one of them instead of 2 of them, will I be able to kill one of them? Or at least eliminate them from the fight?
No, because you're only doing 3 points damage. You need to do greater than 5.
Okay, so then I will just do the wide beam like you said. And
Okay. Once again, they fire at you, hit the bulkhead. Next round, I'll say, Josh, you get there. Because it's a fairly... If you know which ways to go, it's a fairly direct route.
Yeah. Chain nimbly dives behind cover.
You see Hartley. A big, massive weapon burn on her chest and one on her arm.
How many people? How many Racti still?
You can see about 5.
How far is Hartley from us?
She is right next to Jones. He went up and pulled her back.
Speaking of which, out of character, thank you.
Just because the players are doesn't mean the characters are monsters.
Eh,
Well, Evening Jones,
what's the what?
you outrank him. What's the play?
Ah, shit. What is Chase specialty sciences?
Chase specialty is everything.
He just happens to be chief science officer.
You know
He's
what?
actually a really well-rounded character. Just don't ask him to try and do any motivational speeches, and you're pretty much.
I'm going to defer to you, Lieutenant. You have more combat experience in situations like this than I do. This is much different than fighting in the war.
Oh snap! He's bringing up your past with the Ractatran.
All right, Jay's going to take a shot. We get some suppressive fire laid down and hop her out of here.
Okay, go ahead and roll control and security.
Did it click? There it went.
Okay, so you hit. Roll damage, please.
That was a pity roll. How dare you, Phaser? You have betrayed me.
so you know you're expecting the big pew pew. It went pew.
With a lot of effects. With a lot of effects.
So while Chase taking shots, I will pick Hartley up and move down the hallway as far as I can under cover of that fire.
Okay, so give me a fitness and con roll, please.
Why does it have to be gone?
You are trying to navigate through the corridors to get to engineering very quickly with a body.
That's better than 2 fails.
At least it wasn't a red 0.
Okay, so you Che, after Jones starts moving, are you going to move out as well?
Jay might stay for one more round of suppressive fire before he follows.
Okay.
Just to keep his big concern is basically just wide beaming the hallway to keep those things from moving.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, indeed.
Thankfully, I'm carrying Hartley on my back.
Well, that's good.
No, it isn't.
Oh yeah, because you gave him weapons with vicious and deadly. How much damage, Jimmy?
It's doing 6, so it's gonna injure you. I'm trying to think of a way to allow you to.
Look to.
It could always hit Hartley.
No, that would kill her.
Eh.
They're not going to aim for me anyways because it's
Stop
already been
metagaming.
determined.
Stop metagaming.
Sorry.
They don't have to be aiming at you. They could be aiming at me as I'm running away down the hallway. And like I said, I'm carrying you over my shoulders.
I got your back.
Pretty much.
You know what? Talk amongst yourself for a minute. I'm gonna look at handouts and see if there's anything that you can do.
This is it, guys. This is the end. For us. Because, you know, Annie fucking Oakley here is just going to kill them all.
Yeah. Well, this is what I get for making a high risk taker as a character.
I can spend momentum to stay conscious, regardless of how many injuries I receive. Or no, sorry, dependent on how many injuries I receive. Which, since it's 1/5, I'd have to spend 1.
Yeah, I think I took too many to use momentum. That's why Jimmy didn't give me the option.
Yes, because it would take 1 momentum for every 0.5 to stay conscious.
Oof. So, like, seriously, what the fuck's the plan if you become unable to move too?
Okay,
I can't drag both of you.
You can either spend the momentum or create complications.
Like Che has a serious complication.
Well, okay. Like, one of the things would be like, for some reason, Cation physiology interacts with the energy weapons of the Ractithran in such a way that it kind of works as an anticoagulant.
So he'd be like bleeding or something.
Yes. Or you can just spend spend the 2 momentum to just avoid the injury.
Okay, I'll spend the 2.
Okay. Okay, so it's not since you just spent the momentum, there is no anticoagulant thing because there's no complication. It's just you took 6 points of damage.
Okay.
You are not injured, but that fucking hurt.
Shay checks his peripheral. How far has Jones gotten down the corridor?
Um, you think that if you help him carry Hartley, you guys should be able to get down there faster.
Okay.
And essentially, what you would be doing is you would be rolling one die of fitness and insight to support Jones's roll.
I can do this.
I mean, fitness and con. Sorry.
Yep. That's good. Shay, using all his little Cation agility, books it down and hooks his arm under Hartley's other arm and helps drag.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Me as well.
Nope, you already made your fitness and con roll. Okay, you guys get down there fairly quickly. I'm gonna say that you got there through some roundabout way, or a way that isn't quite obvious, and is quicker than the more obvious route. So it will take the Ractithran more time to get down to the engineering lab.
I close the door behind us and attempt to or seal it shut, bolt it, whatever it can do.
Okay.
Computer roll.
No. It's a simple thing of accessing the door.
Okay.
So, Nar, you see that both Che and Hartley are sporting some nice weapon fire burns.
Oh, goody.
I am a big, brave, stupid idiot.
Who looks worse?
Hartley. By far Hartley.
Time to medicine.
Okay, so give me a control and medicine roll. You obviously have a focus. And Matt, if you'd like to, you can assist since you have first aid.
Okay, with the same for me. Control the metal die.
Actually, for first aid, it would be you'd be rolling daring in medicine. You suck.
Apparently.
Apparently, apparently, the
didn't.
engineering station's gonna need a trash can and some fire here soon.
No.
Holy crap. How do you not succeed on a 17? Hang on. What did you roll?
Oh,
Yeah, no, I know how she feels.
A 14 and a 17.
I do hate the rolling thing on this one. The algorithm, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, hell if I know. I don't understand most of that.
Yeah.
She's saving all her good rolls for when she has to use my phaser.
You don't have a phaser.
No, I gave it to her.
Oh.
Yeah,
She's saving all her good rolls for when she has to use that.
That's why he had the Ractithran rifle, but she lost that
Yep.
when she was blasted square in the chest with one.
I got hit like a Mack truck.
Buy a Mack truck, Darby. Buy.
Yeah, I got hit by a Mack truck.
Well, considering you probably flew back about 15, 20 feet. Yeah. I will just say that you weren't able to do much for Hartley right now. As a matter of fact, you probably have to. You're gonna have to find a way of getting her to proper medical facilities because her wounds are extensive.
Okie dokie.
Like, she has at least some broken bones and probably a shattered vertebra.
Oh, so you mean picking her up and throwing her over my shoulder was the best thing in the world to do?
Uh-huh. Not that you knew this, because...
Yeah, I know.
Wait,
Can you feel your legs, Hartley?
One second. Can my character talk?
I will say, since you got a success, you can determine whether or not she's conscious, or if you doped her up.
Wait, I'm talking about on the way there, because you said I just couldn't move, but I could still feel the pain. Was I conscious on the way over there?
Oh, yeah.
So even I had a shattered vertebrae, broken ribs, and when he tossed me over, I felt everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yay. I'll say on the whole ride there, I was screaming in my brain. Because that's all I could do.
So Che is examining the defenses that have gotten set up. And attempting to add to them.
Okay. What is Jones doing?
I will assist Che.
Building a barricade, building a barricade. Blocking the door.
It's almost like you don't want to be captured or something.
Yes, that's exactly what we don't want to do.
Come on, life's not so bad as a Happy Meal.
Death before Dishonored.
You.
Wait, say that again, Josh?
Jimmy, I will end you. Fountain pens make wonderful makeshift syringes. So what do we need to roll?
To move stuff?
Yes, to move stuff, make blockades, and barricade the door.
Fitness and security.
KK.
One die or two since I'm assisting.
One. if you're assisting. Okay, so you guys are able to set up a fairly competent defense so that when they do finally get here, you guys can easily take up a position and fend them off for a little bit.
Okay.
However, there is also the fact that they also have to deal with internal security systems.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Looking around, is there anything that I could make an IED or a makeshift grenade type deal out of?
Well, you're in the main engineering lab, so
Yeah.
there's consoles
Cook up
all
a
around.
can.
Let me refine my previous statement. Things that I can use that are not going to potentially cripple the ability of this station to transport us back at some point.
You would have to access the systems in order to find out and to find any non-essential components for the device.
Okay, I will do so.
Give me a control and security. Or
With
control
a focus?
I'm sorry, control and engineering. You get control and engineering with a focus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you have one success to either ask another question or bank. So,
I will bank it.
okay.
Can Moral, since Frank's not with us right now, can he be holding my hand?
No.
I tried.
Okay, so you find the non-essential components necessary to build some sort of improvisational explosive device.
Yay, bomb making.
Now, I need you to roll daring and engineering to see if you actually build an IED.
Can I have Shay assist me?
Che is not an engineer.
Do I have a focus for this?
For bomb making? No.
I mean,
I do have a focus in terrorist actions. No,
You do not.
Sorry, what am I rolling?
oh, you don't remember? We changed out for forestry.
one success, Jay.
Okay. You created an IED, but you don't know exactly how great it's going to work.
Make a lot of them. Glitter bomb the stage.
Right?
There will be no glitter bombs.
All the
Fizzle,
way
I need Fizzle, I need you. Crossover time.
No.
She should probably also try and patch up Che, probably.
So, how have I managed
Yeah.
to rig the detonation device for this? Like, what's the trigger for it going to be?
It's your tricorder.
Okay, I'm going to go out into the hallway and place it probably 10 or 15 feet back, try and kind of conceal it behind a bulkhead so that as they're running in, I can detonate it from behind them. While it'll detonate while it's behind them.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another control and medicine roll, please, Emily.
I was about to say control of medicine.
Yeah, with you get a focus.
There you go. Medicine.
Okay, so you were able to heal half of the damage that Che took.
Round it up or down?
So you go to three stress bubbles filled in.
Yay! I'm not dead.
Um, all right, so it's going to be maybe another 15 minutes before the Rakithran make it to where the engineering lab is. So what is everybody going to be doing?
Staying unconscious.
Can we get on the PA and tell them to surrender? Just program
Do
the
it.
computer to repeatedly say loudly, resistance is futile.
There's really not much point of that. If only because Che knows them well enough to know they don't surrender. Not normally, anyway.
This is true.
So if I know it's going to take them about 15 minutes, for like the first 10 minutes, I'm just going to like sit down behind a console or something so that I'm covered and just kind of meditate to center myself before the coming fight. And with 5 minutes or so left, I'm going to pull out my tricorder and begin scanning so that I will know once they're in range of my IED and I can detonate it.
Do you have enough time to make another IED?
I don't know, do I, Jimmy?
Well, 15 minutes. It didn't take you that long to build the first one.
Make all the bombs.
Daring
say
and
you-
engineering?
Control and engineer. Yes, it is daring and engineering.
Well,
Same result.
Hiding
at
under
least
a
it
tree.
wasn't work. I will take this one and I'm going to put it like right at the doorway.
Okay.
I did say that I want to like conceal these so they're not going to like see this bomb sitting there as they run up, right?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Nar, if you want to make another roll for...
Huh?
If you want to make another roll to see how you do with Hartley again.
Okay.
There's Annie Oakley.
Yes.
Okay, so Darby, you're still at 8 damage.
Oh, that's a hell of a lot better than I was.
You still have the broken ribs, but she was able to at least... Well, actually, the broken bones are still there, so you are hurting.
Is there any way she can numb me up, but still have me capable?
You probably don't want to be moving around with the shattered vertebra.
Oh yeah, that's true. Shit. I'm just going to move myself out of the way.
You're not gonna move
Since-
yourself anywhere. You
Yeah.
just stay where we put
Yeah. Well, I don't
Which
want to
is
be
gonna
laying
be-
down and then get hit with the stray shot, is basically what I'm doing. I'm saying.
You're in a safe spot. Don't worry.
Okay.
And by safe spot, we mean that I positioned you in front of the door with your body covering the IED to act as additional shrapnel.
you.
You know, it's like, what the hell, what's it that Sarge called it, where he wanted Griff to stuff himself into the rocket launcher?
Oh, it's a contested frost maneuver?
Pretty much getting the cannon.
Okay, so
I believe Che is going to do something brash and maybe.
oh, what's that?
So there's consoles here. Consoles that access the power core.
Yes.
Turn on one of the consoles.
Okay.
How much control do I have of the power core?
You have control of the power core.
Che, what are you doing?
Attempting a bluff. Is there anything I have to roll for? Okay, no, you just said I had control of it. Okay. Che briefly looks over the schematics for the power core
Mm-hmm.
and specifically the securities. Tries to determine how easy they'd be to bypass. He wants to see if he can make it look like the power core is powering up to jump the planet again, or potentially make it look like it's about to go crazy.
Give me a daring and science roll. I need 2 successes.
Shit.
At least you did not roll a complication.
At least. Think Jones could help me out on that one, since he is watching what I'm.
Did you want to try and assist?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yes, I will.
Give me a daring and engineering roll.
With a focus?
Uh, yes, but it's just one die. Okay.
Okay. So here's what Che does. Knowing that he can now do this, that he can manipulate the energy levels on the power core to make it look like the planet is powering up for a jump or to potentially go critical. Remember that what happened to that communicator that we had from the Ractithran?
You should still have it.
I believe Moral has it. Che takes it from Moral. What was the dude's name? The dude who swore undying vengeance on us?
Lokrithran.
Hailing Lokrithran.
What do you want?
Lokrithran and I come to parley.
I do not know what that word means.
You should look it up. I'm going to tell you something. You might want to take a good look at your sensors. Right about now. Do you realize what this means? Silence. Good.
No,
I have you speechless.
I'm just trying to think of. So, are you trying to go for core overload or to initiate?
Let's just start with initiating a jump.
Okay, so then everything starts shaking, just like it did the last time.
Do you know what this means, Lokrithran?
I do not.
Well, you see, this planet has a rather unusual ability. You were pulled out of here when it suddenly appeared, correct? I can make it do it again. Except this planet, this facility, it's very old, isn't it? The entire structure probably will not survive another jump. But you see, you have us rather cornered here. And we could senselessly attempt to murder one another. And in the process, I could leave this little console running and ensure that this planet takes your ship, and all of us. Or we can truce.
Survival of the fittest. And he closes the channel.
'Twas worth a try. I guess he's not that aberrant from his social norms. I'm also really glad that Jimmy didn't make me a roll, because it's a roll I certainly would have failed.
Nah, because if he made you do an engineering roll, I'd use my talent for collaboration and let you use my scores.
Oh no, it would have been a command roll, and Che has a 1 in command.
Yeah,
Hey,
it
what
would
do
have
you
been.
know? So,
It would have been a presence in command roll.
Yay, 50% chance.
Let me guess. 9 and 1.
9 and 1.
I remember your command
Better
roll
than
was
me.
shit.
Yeah, that's why we kicked him out of the command track and into the science track, and yet somehow he's found himself in an administrative position, which involves leadership.
Yeah, but okay. If you look at the overall department heads of science, you are still the most stable one.
That's a statement.
That is a statement. Considering Chase really not that stable in the first place, yeah, that's a statement and a half.
Well, think about it. There's okay. So the two wildest or the two wild cards of the science department are Hudson and Lister. And then there's Fulmer and Hartgrove.
Right.
They're kind of normal. Or I haven't developed their quirks yet.
I suppose that's true. Anyway, Che puts down the communicator. Ugh. This has gone very wrong. Very wrong indeed. Why? Why did I have to meet the one Rakdathran in the galaxy with a sense of vengeance? Why?
I look up at Che, and in a weak voice, and then in a very painful voice, because I'm pretty sure it hurts for me to talk. I look up and I go, the engineer. I look up at Jones. Can we change the environmental settings?
Jones kind of scoffs at her as if that's child's play.
What?
Are the Rakdathran full reptilian cold blood?
You're not entirely sure. You know that they are cold-blooded. They have a mild adaptability, so they can survive in lower temperatures than regular reptiles, but they still need warmer environments.
Well, because that's the thing. If you, since they're cold blooded, if you turn up the heat or reduce the temperature too much, they torpor either way. Because that's what the lizard do.
So which is it, Che? Temperature's up or down?
He gives a look over at Nar. Cardassians are good with the high temperatures, correct? How high can you?
I don't know. What's the answer to that, Jimmy?
You could probably survive, I'll say 160 degrees for a few hours.
Can we change the environment everywhere but here?
If you're asking me, I don't know. I'd ask Jimmy.
Um, you know, it would be impossible to change the entirety of the environment in the building for the entirety of the building, if only because they breached the wall. So it's not a completely closed system.
So, Jimmy, what I would like to do then is I would like to isolate the entire hallway leading up to the engineering room, and I want to crank the temperature as ungodly high as it will go.
Okay, give me a control and engineering roll, please.
With a focus?
Yes. Fuck.
Oh.
Damn.
And any extra there, we'll go ahead and bang.
So you did that masterfully. As a matter of fact, you set it up to where it will not trigger until they enter the hallway.
Sweet.
Well, that's why you scoffed at me and said child's play.
Right?
Shay crouches down by Hartley. Hartley, you goddamn idiot! You're a
I give you an encouraging smile.
I thought he was going to try and kiss you.
He can't
She doesn't
move.
have enough appendage. To quote the Che line, she does not have enough appendages for that.
Okay, so the computer lets you know that the trap was set. There is one drawback, however. The extreme temperature set off the two IEDs.
I thought you said that it was not going to trigger until they entered the hallway.
They did enter the hallway.
Well, shit. Did it at least damage the hallway and make it harder for them to get through?
It killed them.
Oh, fuck yeah. Sweet. I mean, oh no.
What's Nar's reaction, considering that the intent was just to torpor them? And now they were just executed.
Accidentally.
I didn't know about the IEDs. I was still unconscious when he made them.
I mean, it's unfortunate, but it was not done on purpose in this case.
Such is the problem with homemade explosives. Who knows how they're going to react to temperature shock or
You are correct, Jay.
well, that was Josh out of character. So
Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah, you never know. So I would like to use my tricorder or the console to scan for any more of them in the facility.
There aren't any.
So, I'm kind of realizing that Jones might be a little bit of a xenophobe.
Oh, you think?
He's going to kind of walk out into the hallway. And is there like an obvious... Is it obvious which guy is what's his name, Zoltharan or whatever?
Locrothran?
Yeah.
You can't identify any of the bodies.
Okay.
That piece over there, that might have been him. That piece over there, that also might have been him. That piece over there.
real quick. As you're walking out, as you're walking out and I see you walking out, I say, grab me a rifle as best I can.
So Jones is going to walk out into the hallway, look at the dead bodies and the pieces of the dead bodies, and spit on the ground and say, like, with great disdain, survival of the fittest. Like mocking them.
We shouldn't fault them their ways. It's what they have.
I suppose you're right, Jay.
Out of character, you realize I wasn't going to make him a recurring villain just because I already have one coming up.
Oh, I'm sure.
Well, now you can't. Anyway. Even if you wanted to.
Sticking it to the man.
I guess we can check something. Che picks up that communicator again and hails the
Hails the what?
hails the Raktatharan ship.
There's no response.
Che actually looks a little sad. Was this really all that they had left on that ship? Wow. I suddenly feel very guilty for my action.
I don't.
You should. It suddenly makes more sense why they were so willing to fight to the death. They didn't have any more
Any more what?
manpower, people. They were pushed into a corner just like we were.
Jones just kind of walks over to a corner of engineering off by himself and just kind of sits down.
Clicks it again. Hailing Locrothran.
You can hear one
And he's
of the
deliberately listening down the hallway.
You can hear the combat's chirp in the corridor.
Clicks it one final time. to an Arachnithran that are alive on their vessel. We are sorry for your loss. If you wish to talk peace, I will continue to hold this communicator. If I am talking to dead air, I am still sorry.
Yeah, there's no response.
Yeah, he puts it away in his belt. What's that?
There's no response.
Yep, Jay puts it into his belt. Next to his tricorder. Well, next most important thing, let's see if we can find a way.
Can we use their ship?
There's no one left alive on it. He walks over to the console and shuts off the shake.
Okay.
Can I use my tricorder to see how much longer we have before the core is going to be fully powered?
It's going to be another couple of hours at least.
Jones, if we leave the planet here, then the out of character, the Tholiums wanted this planet, right?
So did the Shellyak.
Oh, so they both wanted the same planet.
Well, the Shellyak wanted everything, not just the planet.
Yeah, but if we leave this planet here, the Tholians would no longer want to be in the solar system, which would leave it to the Sholiak. And then the Tholians can come here, and it might work out for both races peacefully.
I'm considering how close it is to the Thran, however, I don't know if that would be doing the Tholians a favor.
True.
Sorry, I said that in Jay's voice.
It's okay. I'm kind of trying to sound injured just to get more into the roleplay aspect. But
right now, getting home. This planet probably won't survive. I wasn't bluffing on that part. The planet won't survive probably another jump. Or at least this facility won't.
Oh.
Facility or planet, Jimmy?
Give me a control and science roll, please.
Two success?
Looking over the data, it'll survive another jump.
Maybe one more.
The question is, should we leave it here and take the ship and then let the Tholians decide if they want to be this close with this planet? Or should we jump it back and resume talks?
Jones, what do you think?
I think that it might be best to return things to the status quo.
And Nar? You
I don't think we should be letting anyone have this.
That's a very salient point.
I agree with Nar on this thing. This technology is very powerful.
But what option do we have? The Tholian, not the Tholian, the Iraq. God damn. Their ship, when it crashed, didn't land. And we don't have the means to repair a starship to try and fly it out of here. Unless we can figure out how to program where it's going to jump to.
Out of character, I forgot that they crash landed. I thought they actually just landed.
Nope. They were too close to the planet when it appeared and were caught in the gravity.
Oh.
And at the exact moment it happened, Samuel Jackson came over their comms and said, "Surprise, motherfucker."
Then we don't have a choice. We have to jump the planet again. At least we know it'll survive another jump.
So, Jim, how far away from, say, Earth was the Tempest?
Pretty far.
Like how many days journey, weeks journey?
I would probably say it was at least a week away from Earth.
And how far away from Earth are we currently?
About 3.5 weeks.
So the ship probably can't jump that far. That's a question. Or perhaps a better question would be, are there any Starfleet bases within a reasonable range for us to get to?
Okay, I think I said this before, but the planet facility is fixed between those two locations.
Oh. There's no way to change that then.
No, they were
Okay.
researching on ways of relocating the planet. But you didn't find any information about them being able to have broken that.
Could I spend the next few hours looking at their research and trying to see if I can't advance their research in order to be able to reprogram it?
Considering you are studying a technology that is way above Federation levels, it would probably just be easier to transit the planet.
Okay.
So while you're waiting for it to charge, what are you guys going to do?
Me personally, nothing.
Yeah,
because I
that.
still have a.
But Nar, Che, Jones, what are you guys going to be doing?
Che's going to use his own line of thinking and see if there might be perhaps Perhaps a way to use the energy produced by this thing to signal the Tempest. How far away were they? I remember that was brought up last session.
You are 3 weeks at maximum warp away from the Tempest.
On a planet with no food.
Yes.
That actually kind of makes up Che's mind. There's no way to survive 3 weeks. He was thinking doing some form of lighthouse method to get the Tempest here. But, yeah, there's no way to survive 3 weeks.
Maybe we could scuttle to the facility once we get there.
We
That's
could eat Hartley. That was out of character.
honestly, I'm of that mind as well. The Tholians want the planet, not the facility. Or if they do, they haven't told us. And I agree with Nar. This is technology that's too dangerous to leave here, not more than 10 light years away from the Raktathran. And a violation of the Prime Directive to hand to any other species. And probably one to use ourselves. So, that is where I sit on it.
While I agree that we can't hand this over to another species, I think that we should maintain control of the technology until we receive direction from Starfleet.
I'll see if I can't. Because, yeah, Jones still outranks him. Though technically Nara outranks them all. I'll see if I can't pull some schematics, something we can preserve for this. But I don't agree with leaving the facility intact.
I understand your reasoning, Che, but I mean, it's not our call to make.
Out of character. If only the captain was here.
Right?
I could put a very decisive decider on this. Though it is a little more fun to have our characters kind of bounce ethics off one another.
Yeah, and I really hate playing other people's characters, so.
I know.
I like playing other people's characters. Because then they come back and go, wait, I did what?
So,
I don't think we're gonna have time to get permission or whatever. We're going to get back there, and for all we know, the Tholians have already freaked out and are attacking the Tempest as we speak. If they're going to give us the time to talk to Starfleet headquarters about what they want to do with it, I suppose that's fine. But I really think we should just scuttle this as soon as we're back.
the negotiations were finalized. We did give them this planet. As per the agreement. They are going to not give us enough time. They are going to demand us removed from the planet immediately.
Then scuttle it. Make preparations to scuttle it as soon as we're back into the wherever it was.
Che with his ankle nudges Heart.
I look up at Che.
Despite them being very injured, you've also been very quiet.
I'm in quite a bit of pain right now. She says she's forcing a smile, but you can tell she's in a lot of pain.
All right, I'll take the next 3 hours, get what I can, preserve the knowledge at least, but my vote's also for scuttling it. Knowledge is not harmful, but applications can be.
Oh, out of character, I got up for a smoke break. What did I miss?
Okay, so it's pretty obvious that the only way that we're going to get off this thing is to jump it, and that's okay. But we're thinking we're going to scuttle this facility so the Tholians can't make use of it. Because, again, Jimmy, aren't the Tholians a xenophobic species that doesn't particularly like the Federation either?
So are the Shellyak.
Yeah, so we don't want it falling into either of their hands either.
Okay, I'm going to retract my statement. Well, kind of not retract it, but kind of add on to it then, if that's okay. I agree that this technology should not go into their hands. But how do we scuttle it without them thinking that we did it on purpose?
Well, this technology is 100,000 years old. It probably would not be hard to engineer a breakdown that would render the warping technology inoperable and unrepairable. And Shay looks over at Jones, knowing that this would be something that he and Shay would have to work on together.
The batteries run off the core, isn't it?
Yes, they
Yes.
charge from the core.
So, wouldn't it be potentially possible for there to be some kind of lava backflow into the facility? Purely by accident, of course.
Of course, purely, we would never.
Could there not be an overload, a small overload after the second jump? That might accidentally happen. That would cause something like that.
It's highly possible.
We should also keep in mind that scuttling this facility, with it being directly tied into the planet's core, could very well destroy the entire planet.
That's why I'm saying we probably cannot destroy the entire facility, but we can make sure that the technology is inoperable. The batteries, the warp jump, or the warp tech, that could definitely be scuttled to render it in beyond repair.
Plus, the fact that they both want this planet means that there's a good possibility they both want this technology for a specific purpose.
So are you guys looking at ways of overloading or sabotaging the system?
Sure, Che's looking into it.
Okay, give me a control and science roll.
Do I get computer expertise for delving into a database?
Yes, and Matt, if you want to also do a separate roll, give me a control in engineering. Because you're looking for any way to do it. So
Yeah.
Well,
2 dice. I'm sorry, focus as well.
yes, focus.
we both did not do well.
Okay, so um, Jones, you found a potential using Nar's suggestion of getting the lava to flow up through the facility. Because it is possible. There is actually an emergency system that you can kind of have the lava backflow into. And Che, one of the things that you found out about this facility, it's on a fault line.
So we could shake this place literally into the mantle of this planet, or into the crust of this planet.
The transport of the planet keeps the Richter scale low enough to where it doesn't affect the fault line.
But if we say upped the amplitude of the power core, that could be mitigated.
Yes.
So Jones, I got an option.
As do I. What's yours?
This facility sits on a fault line. A little extra power through the tech, and those tremors we feel could literally shake it into the magma of the planet.
The only question I have with that then is how long do we have to get out of the facility? How long would we have to get out of the facility after that was initiated?
Well, we could probably set up a timed task on the computer and then be far enough away that we wouldn't get hit by, too severe of a quake. Potentially, if our unfortunate guest's ship still has life support safely in their vessel, provided there's no survivors.
Sounds like that's something we should do then.
All right. So, marching orders. I'll get what knowledge I can from this place. What are you all also going to do?
I will begin looking into how we can set up the time task to start the earthquake. As well as what the amplitude would need to be to trigger the fault line.
Okay. For simplicity's sake, I'm going to say that you guys do it. Just because of the time.
No problem.
Um, there is one thing that you learn about the Raktatran ship when you get there. It's a living being.
Oh,
Well, it's not alive anymore.
they literally have bioships. But is there a safe place where it would be safe from the quake within it?
Yes.
Awesome. Do I need to make a roll for gathering information from the facility?
No. I'll say you got as much information as possible.
I use everyone's tricorders.
I ask Nar to dope me up before the quake starts.
Give him 5 cc's of salt and lime juice.
Okay.
You weren't supposed to agree.
Nar gives you the injection. Guess what? It's meth.
Hooray! So now Hartley can do faces of meth.
I'm sorry. Space Station 13 has ruined me for life.
We ran out of regular anesthetics, so I just made this meth in facilities basement. Here you go.
I broke bad
I
this
mixed in
bitch.
some mindbreaker. I mixed in some mindbreaker toxin just to make sure you had some pretty pictures to look at while you're stuck sitting on the ground.
Can you imagine the officers' meetings? Me scratching the skin off my arm.
Or offering to give people head under the table. Yeah. Alright, so the whole quaking of the planet, stuff like that happens. It jumps, and then there is a massive quake.
Wait, like earlier than it's supposed to happen?
Well, how long after the jump did you set it for?
Long enough for us to get out of the facility.
No, you guys are in the ship. You're no longer in the facility when it jumps.
Okay.
So yeah, massive quake.
As soon as we're done jumping, I'm going to tap my comm badge. Jones to Tempest.
This is Commander Onivrin. What happened?
It's a long story, Commander. We will be more than happy to let you know once we get back to the ship. We have... Oh, God. I can't do math.
The 5 of you.
We have 5 to beam aboard.
We're gonna need
And
Lieutenant Hartley beamed directly into sickbay. There's been some spinal injuries.
Understood. Prepare for transport. And you are all beamed up.
That was tense, man.
Okay, so the facility is destroyed. And due to the the unusual properties of the planet, the Sheliak have withdrawn their claim to the system. And the Tholians have also withdrawn their claim of the system.
Do the Tholians give a reason?
Nope.
They just wanted the facility.
Probably.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. So once we beam aboard, Jones is going to, unless he's needed elsewhere, he's going to go to his quarters for a stiff drink and to prepare his report.
Okay, I'm sure Hartley is in sick bay getting bones replaced and fixed.
Yep. I'm going to ask if they can check on my cybernetic leg too, because it took a beating as well. I'm assuming. Well, cybernetic implant.
Nar, you have somebody who is very happy to see that you are back.
Of course he is.
He did not like being in charge.
You sound so thrilled, Nar.
Woo.
You will like him eventually.
Uh-huh.
I will get you attached to him, one way or another.
Most that's gonna happen is he'll actually get his name back.
Saskinar invents a new form of Cardassian torture, that in which you steal an individual's refuse to give it back until they comply to all your demands.
How many lights are there?
3.
Well, that's just way wrong. That's way off.
I might have done some space meth before this session of torture.
um. Okay, so is there any wrap up you wanted to focus on before we end the adventure for tonight?
So, in his report, Jones wants to make sure that he notes that he was against scuttling the facility and wanted to wait until we had direction from Starfleet before doing anything with it, be it turning it over to someone else, scuttling it, whatever.
Che speaks with Onovan.
Honorin? Yeah?
And expresses that perhaps in the exercise of understanding more of them, that perhaps we should salvage the Dirac ship. and study it. Considering that bioships are highly rare. And also puts in a good word for Hartley for her good idea. That in turn turned into, mass scale death, but it was a good idea.
You know what? I'll take it. In my defense, I was unconscious when the bombs were made, so I didn't know that they were there.
And then he invites Lister and Lomax to his quarters and kind of just chills out with them. Shares some of the things he pulled with Lister and Lomax.
Okay.
Particularly, there's the mention of the 100K year old star map of the Sabine Expanse, and we know someone's going to be very excited.
Yeah, Hargrove.
Yes. But it's very obvious that he's just trying to seek company because he still feels guilty for how things played out.
Yeah, that's part of the reason Jones is in his quarters drinking himself into a stupor. Not because he feels guilty so much as he doesn't like having to resort to violence and having no choice.
Hence the horrors of the Rakithran.
Hartley's getting fixed up, and as soon as she's done in med bay, if she's not on duty, she's going to make her report.
Suffice to say, I don't think any of you are going to be on duty for the next few days.
Okay. She's going.
And I'm pretty sure that you will all have counseling sessions.
I need about 6 more of them.
I would like to note that after she's done with her report and everything, that she does invite all of you to the holodeck for recreation.
Of course she does. All right, so I am going to end the adventure here. Next week we'll be returning to the modules for the second part of the Sabine Expanse stuff.
Yay!
Say goodnight, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Everybody.